Hi guys, and welcome back to the Cassie project. So in this week's video, I am going to be helping you guys fill in your sketchbooks. I'm going to give you some nice simple ideas to do in your sketchbook, but alongside that, I'm also going to be trying out these new Artx acrylic paint markers. So this is the SimpTap acrylic markers. They have this weird little function on them to make life easier. So let's open these beautiful, beautiful markers. We've got this cute little box, quite like it. Inside we've got, how many we got actually? 24 markers. What I liked about this, there's a real nice colour range in there. These ones are a brush tip, but they've got this special little tap button. So with Posca pens, you have to press the nib to get the colour running out of the Posca pen, whereas this, you've got a little button that you can tap, which is really cool because you're not damaging the nib. So the idea for my first page was to do like a swatching page, but I want to make this swatching page a little bit more interesting. So what I'm going to do is, not only am I going to swatch the colours out, but I'm also going to do a little bit of a detailed drawing of the pen, show how it works, almost a little fact file. Okay, so let's start with some swatching. I'm going to start off with this red pen here. As you can see, it's not filled up, so basically we click this, apparently. Oh yeah, it's coming through. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, that's nice though. Yeah, I like that. I need to shake them. That's why I'm struggling. And shaking them did help, but this is the major con for these pens. It was just so hard to get them started. But don't worry, it doesn't mean I actually hate these pens. I thought that I hated them at this point because trying to get them started took so long. My thumb was hurting and I was aching and I just wanted to play with the pens. But once I'd got past the swatching, they really came into their own. I can't wait to show what you can actually do with these pens. Next up, let's talk about the colour range. So the colours are fantastic. You've got these beautiful bright vivid colours. You've got some lovely muted colours as well, which Posca seem to lack a lot of. They've got some lovely beiges and browns. The only thing is they're missing a grey. There isn't a grey. There's a gold and a silver, and I thought the silver was a grey, but it's actually a silver. So we don't have a grey in this colour set, but I think that's okay because you can blend black and white together at the end of the day, and the colours that they do have are really, really something else. So let's have a little look at the nibs. Basically, I gave myself a little bit of a test really by drawing out the pen, because I've got fine areas where I've got to do lots of little detailed colouring, and then I've got larger areas that I need to colour in. So I could really see how these pens worked, and I'm so impressed with the nibs. They go from a thick to this beautiful point. Now I was doing really, really small writing on that pen. I was using my 0.8mm fine liner, and when I went over that with the black marker, I managed to keep it that fine, which I think is very, very impressive. Obviously it says 1 to 6mm, and it is capable of doing 1mm lines, which that is better than Posca. Now this really is the joy of swatching in your sketchbook. It just makes it that little bit more interesting. So when you get new pens, I definitely recommend it. You can do a little drawing of how to use the pen, and then swatching the way the pen works, doing the thick lines and the thin lines alongside all these different colours, and it makes the page look really, really fun. Now let's look at the opacity of these pens by drawing on a darker colour. Once again, I just swatched away on this darker colour. I think personally that the opacity is fantastic. The lighter colours are lacking just a little bit, but only as much as any other acrylic pen. The lighter colours, you always need a couple of coats, which is completely normal. The colour range and the opacity of the colour is it ticks the box again. Moving on to my next sketchbook idea for you guys. This is such a great way of kind of looking at the longevity of a pen. I always notice that a lot of acrylic markers that aren't Posca tend to dry out very, very quickly. So for this next sketchbook idea, I'm doing 4 different floral pictures. I'm leaving the flowers as the white space. Some of them I will go round with my fine liner, and some of them I will literally leave as a white silhouette. And I had so much fun doing this. I used 4 of the very muted colours out of the set, which are so pretty. It really enabled me to see how good they were at colouring in a large space, you know, because usually if it's a dried out pen, it's just not gonna go anywhere. So this was a really, really good way of testing that. I want to be totally honest with you guys. I found that some of the pens were a lot drier than others. Some of them were quite juicy and they got going quite quickly and the paint started flowing, but some of them still felt very dry and it was driving me insane. I was like, oh, once again, they're not the markers that I want. But I tried out a different technique, which I'll tell you all about in just a moment. But first, this is my next sketchbook idea. I chose 5 different colours: orange, a yellow, a green, and 2 different purples. I'm using just those colours entirely on this 2-page spread, so everything is going to stick to this colour theme. I've got 4 little thumbnails on the left page, and then I'm going to do a larger picture on the right page. And seeing this colour theme on this 2-page spread is just beautiful, and it stops you having to worry too much because you've already got the colours down. Back to story time. What I decided to do was I decided to suck on the pen while pressing the button, and so much paint came out into my mouth and I ended up with a purple mouth. I also did it again with the yellow pen and I had a yellow mouth, and don't worry, I'm not going to do it again. But I tell you what, I'm so glad that I did this, because when these pens were working, when they were going, when they were juicy, oh my days, they were the best acrylic markers I've ever used. 100 times better than Posca, a billion times better than any other brand. They were amazing. They were juicy. They've got fine line, they've got thick line, the colours are incredible, the pros are just tick, tick, tick. If you're willing to take some time on these pens and get them going, it's so worth it. They're amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do carry on watching some more videos here and I will see you soon. Bye.